Horticulture Extension Agent for Greenwood County with Clemson. This segment on Greenwood Calendar is sponsored by WC Fiber. And I'm here today to talk to you about seed starting a little bit, and we are actually at the City of Greenwood greenhouses here. And this is the season for seed starting. There's all different kinds of species you can start from seed successfully at home as a home gardener. And there are all kinds of species that the City of Greenwood are growing from seed here today. And so we will be talking with City Horticulturist Ann Barklow, and she's working with a group of volunteers for the City of Greenwood that is starting seeds and propagating plants so they're ready for the big spring show here in Greenwood. We'll be ready for the Festival of Flowers and all the topiary presentations. Now, something about seed is there's some species that actually have a dormant period for their seed. And so when you're growing something from seed, you want to consider if that species has a problem with dormancy. Now that's not really a problem, but that's a natural way that that species prevents the plant from growing at the wrong time of year. If you have a tender young seedling sprouting in November and hits a hard frost, and then that's the end of that poor plant. So these seeds have developed ways to remain dormant during the winter time so that they are sprouting in the appropriate time in the spring for the plant to continue and succeed. And so Ann is going to tell you a little bit about one of the species that they're growing here today that has a dormancy that needs to be broken with a specific way that you can do that here in City Greenhouse. They're going to be doing this process on Asclepias. And so Ann, I'll let you talk a little bit more about breaking dormancy on Asclepias.
Hi, well, as Stephanie said, I'm Ann Barklow, one of the city horticulturists, and today we're starting milkweed seeds. I believe Stephanie called it Asclepias, which is a fancy word for milkweed, and we're starting a swamp milkweed today. And milkweed, as most of you know, I'm sure, is the larval food for the monarch butterfly. When I first started here, I think we had about one or two, and we got real excited that we had one or two butterflies. And now we're up to like 200, and they're just growing in numbers. So we have been very, very blessed to be able to do that. Now, one of the things about Asclepia, or milkweed, is that usually at the plant, as it grows, it sets seed in about October or so, and then it drops its seeds into the ground. They need a cold, what they call a cold stratification. And what that means is when those seeds drop into the ground and then it gets cold out, and then we get frost, and then the soil and the seed, it kind of stratifies it. And the cold stratifies it too. And it helps it to when you plant it after that it will grow. And so we take our seed and we pretend we're nature. And so we kind of mix together a little bit of sand, a little bit of vermiculite, and then we put the seeds in there and we moisten it to like maybe the consistency of a wrung out sponge. And we place it in a baggie and we label it and date it, and we put it in a refrigerator. We're probably the only greenhouse in town that has a refrigerator, but that's what we use it for. We use it to store our seeds and to cold stratify our milkweed, and some other native plants too require that treatment. So then we'll leave them in there for maybe a month, and then we'll plant them into soil, and we put them on our heat mats, and then we have a little mister system that makes sure the soil doesn't dry out. So that's just one method. We're starting a lot of seeds. When January hits, I do a little bit of a panic because we got thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds we'll be starting, but fortunately we have a lot of community volunteers. We're only able now to have maybe at the maximum 8 of them in the greenhouse so that we can space them 6 feet apart. Anyway, so start your seeds. We got lots of seeds we're planting from January all the way up until March.
You can find so much more information on starting your garden from seeds online at hgic.clemson.edu. If you can't find what you're looking for online, you can always contact us at your local extension office.